Last week, 3 different patients came to me asking about Ozempic after seeing it all over social media. But the viral posts, the celebrity stories, the TikTok reviews are all missing the most important parts of the story. So today, I'm going to share the truth about Ozempic that nobody talks about, including what it actually does in your body, the biggest myths that could cost you money, and the real options you have that most people don't even know exist. What are GLP-1 receptors? Weight loss medications use hormones called GLP-1 and GIP to help you lose weight. The GLP-1 hormone controls your hunger, and it actually sends your brain signals that tells you to stop eating. It gives you that full feeling that sometimes you don't get even after having a full meal. These weight loss medications work with those receptors. So instead of you having to use your straight willpower all day, like trying to talk yourself out of snacking or constantly telling yourself no, the medication quiets down that food noise. In the first couple of weeks, I've had patients tell me, I'm not even thinking about the food the way that I used to, or wow, I get so full so much faster. So you'll probably notice you start eating less, and not because you're trying to restrict it, it just happens. Some people even say that their energy feels different, like they're not as sluggish after meals, so that's definitely a win-win. A person's willpower alone often fades over time because it relies on constant mental effort. Our brains are wired for survival, and repeated hunger signals eventually overpower that self-control. That's why dieting with willpower alone can feel like an exhausting uphill battle, especially when your body keeps pushing back. GLP-1 medications change the signals themselves, so it's not just a fight of mind over body. Because GLP-1 medications change the hunger signals at the source, it usually feels more natural, lasts longer, and it's more effective for sustainable weight loss than other appetite suppressants or diets. Something I always tell our patients is that this is not a magic pill. It's powerful, yes, but it's not going to do the work for you. You still have to make smart choices with your food and add in some exercise or daily movements. These lifestyle changes are important to promote that healthy journey. So once your weight loss goal is reached, there's no bounce back. The patients who do the best are the ones who use this as a tool while also building healthier habits around it. When losing weight, the body burns both fat and muscle for energy. Muscle loss happens because the body tries to conserve energy. It doesn't know you only want to lose fat. This occurs with any weight loss method and not just the GLP-1s. The difference is that without enough protein or resistance training, muscle loss can be greater. Balanced nutrition ensures your body gets the vitamins, protein, and energy it needs. I always suggest to our patients to maintain a healthy diet that includes lean meats such as turkey, chicken, salmon, fish, just to name a few. It is really important to also have a lot of greens in your diet. And water intake is important even if you're not taking a GLP-1. When on this journey, our providers recommend a higher daily water intake. It's really important to eat enough protein and stay active with strength-focused exercise. Now, let's talk about the side effects, because I know TikTok and Instagram make it sound like it's the worst thing ever. But what I actually see in our patients is usually pretty manageable. Things like mild nausea, sometimes constipation, maybe a little bloating if they eat heavy meals or something that's sugary or greasy. That's when I see our patients having most of the side effects issue. What I don't see is all the horror stories that people post online. That's not the reality for our patients when they're working closely with their provider and adjusting the dosage slowly. One of the biggest questions I also get is, what happens if I stop taking it? And honestly, it just depends. If patients use this time to build new habits such as smaller portions, better food choices, being more active, those healthy lifestyle changes, then a lot of those benefits stick around even after they stop. But if someone treats it like a short-term fix and goes right back to old patterns, then yeah, the weight usually comes back. And it's not because the medication failed, but because the biology is still there. Hunger hormones wake back up, and that's why I always frame this as a long-term tool, not a temporary band-aid. And finally, let's talk about the cost, because that's always on people's minds. There's the myth that everyone is paying over $1,000 a month. And yes, if you go straight to a retail pharmacy without coverage, it can be really expensive. But in reality, some insurances cover the medication and some don't. There are prior authorizations and criteria you have to meet, but a lot of patients don't realize that you can get compounded medication directly from the pharmacies at a fraction of the price and without dealing with the hassle from insurances. By the way, if you want an affordable alternative to brand name Ozempic with flat rate pricing and real medical support, click the first link in the description to take our complimentary assessment now. Both of these medications belong to the GLP-1 category. Like I explained explained previously, they both copy the effect of a natural hormone in your body that helps regulate your appetite. Semaglutide mimics only the GLP-1 hormone. Tirzepatide, on the other hand, is a bit more advanced. It mimics two hormones, the GLP-1 and another one called GIP. That extra action gives tirzepatide an added boost, which is why studies show it may lead to greater weight loss for some people compared to semaglutide. To give you an idea of results, semaglutide has been shown to help people lose up to about 14% of their body weight, while tirzepatide can reach up to 20%. Of course, results vary from person to person, as well as how fast you start noticing them. You can think of it as semaglutide being a one-tool approach, while tirzepatide is like having a two-in-one tool that tackles weight loss from two directions. Both medications are available as weekly injections, and at TrimRx, most of our patients go down that route because it's simple and effective. But if you don't like the idea of needles, we also have it in an oral form, so you can take it as daily drops or tablets instead. Both are safe when prescribed by a licensed provider, and both can be a powerful tool when paired with healthy lifestyle changes. If you're unsure which option is right for you, our team is here to help guide the decision. And remember, whichever path you choose, we'll be supporting you every step of the way. So let's talk about your options, because this is where a lot of the confusion comes in. When most people hear about these weight loss medications, they think about the brand names like Ozempic or Mounjaro. Those are good options, but here's the thing. They can be really expensive if your insurance isn't covering it. Our licensed medical providers prescribe compounded semaglutide and tirzepatide. Compounded versions offer the same active ingredients such as semaglutide and tirzepatide, but they come in different forms and allow more flexible dosing. Plus, it's at a fraction of the cost compared to the name brand. Because we have compounded versions available, our patients prefer this because they are more affordable and they are available in different forms, such as oral drops, tablets, and injections. You can choose what's better for you, or you can discuss it with our team. They can also be personalized by compounding with other medications, such as vitamin B12 or glycine. It really just depends on the patient's needs. We are able to offer different compounds, whereas brand versions cannot. And this can be done while still delivering the same great results. It's really important to understand how the compounded medications help your body. First of all, glycine is an amino acid, which your body already makes. When a GLP-1 medication is compounded with glycine, it helps with collagen production for your skin and joints, it supports digestion, and it can even calm your nervous system, which helps with sleep. Most people don't feel glycine in the moment, but I always tell patients it's a plus that the glycine is something natural and beneficial. B12 is another ingredient we compound our medications with. This is the vitamin that supports energy, metabolism, and red blood cell health. And here's why patients love it. When you're adjusting to GLP-1s, sometimes you can feel a little more tired or sluggish, and that's when the B12 can help offset that. Because it's injected, it bypasses absorption issues in the gut, so your body can actually use it right away. A lot of patients with B12 in their medications say they notice a difference in their energy and mood. The key thing to understand is whether your compound medication is made with glycine or B12, the active ingredient, which is always semaglutide or tirzepatide, is still the same, and that's what's doing the heavy lifting for appetite control and weight loss. The glycine or B12 are just there as an added support. The reason we go down the compounded route is because it makes the treatment accessible to more patients without sacrificing the safety effectiveness. Everything our providers prescribe go through licensed FDA-inspected pharmacies. With TrimRx, we offer a flat rate pricing model. With a lot of other programs, your cost goes up when your dose goes up as well. So if you're on a higher dose, you're going to end up paying a lot more. With us, the price stays the same whether you're on the starting dose or the max dose. And our patients love that because there are no surprises on their bill. Another big difference, the ongoing medical support. You're connected to a provider and patient success team the whole way. You can easily contact the medical provider team through your patient portal, and our providers usually check in and adjust a dose. They talk about your side effects and support you in building lifestyle habits alongside of the medication. Finally, let's talk about who's a good candidate. Based on my experience, the people who do the best with these medications are the ones who are ready to use it as a tool. If you're willing to pair it with small changes in your food, choices, activity, and overall routine, you're going to see real sustainable results. But if someone's looking for a quick fix without changing anything else, this usually isn't the right fit. It's all about making those healthy lifestyle changes that build a healthier life going forward. The truth about Ozempic is that it's not magic, but it's also not as scary or complicated as social media portrays it to be. What matters most is having proper medical guidance and realistic expectations. Now, if you'd like to see if you qualify for a more affordable approach with ongoing support, take our free online assessment by clicking the first link in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video.